Good morning, passport holders. Today is April 29th, 2015, day 180 of the vlogs. And I was very happy to wake up this morning and see that the upload of day 179 did work via my cell phone. No problem. I did get up. I have no idea if it took 2 hours or if it took 10. It worked. And so by the time I finally became functional and showered and ready to see the day, I looked down at my phone and I had a full episode uploaded. So that may become one of the things that I use when I'm in these locations where the Wi-Fi is really, really poor. Just to sit there and use the living daylights out of my grandfathered AT&T plan until they put the kibosh on that. I'm sure they will at some point, but in the meantime, I'm going to continue to do that as a last resort option. At this point, it's just a matter of packing up the hotel room, getting everything back into the car, and then I think I'm going to head on over to the Botanical Gardens here in Davenport, just because I wanted a little time in nature, just to kind of catch up and feel a little bit better about things. After that, I'll probably head on over and find a coffee shop or just some place for me to work for a couple of hours on closed captionings and other stuff for the channel before I head up north to Dubuque. So I'm really kind of excited for what today has and how today has started. I certainly feel a lot better than I did yesterday in the afternoon, and I'm going to try and be more intelligent about the calories in part of the equation now. I've already had a meal, so that does help as well. So hope you guys are having a good day. Let's go out there and find something cool to do. Yes, I made my way to the Vander Veer Botanical Park and Conservatory. And I've been walking around and it's kind of this like very large park near the streets. And I'm hoping that it, livens up. I mean, the rose garden has been cut back because of the winter. I mean, they probably had snow here a month ago. So, the rose bushes were all cut back and they're starting to bud again and starting to get first little growths, and they're pretty. And so, let's hopefully see a few flowers and some colors as we walk around here. After walking around at the park, I headed back over to the Days Inn, which I wasn't staying at, but had an awesome internet connection, and closed captioned today's episode. Didn't do the timing on it, just did the transcription, which is quite honestly the hardest part about it. And so at this point, I'm going to grab some quick lunch and then start on the road up to Dubuque. Got about 46 miles left to Dubuque. This was a short drive in total today. I think it was like 71 miles from the hotel to the next hotel. So, just very much kind of back out in the Iowa farm country, and quite frankly, I don't know what it was about Davenport that just didn't sit right with me. It seemed like I was in a funk the entire time I was there, which is not the fault of the place. It's my fault, but I don't know, something just wasn't sitting right, and I was just in a weird spot and not eating enough, or just not eating the right kinds of things, I think, as well, and so just trying to be smarter about that. As I left, though, I just kind of mentally took 15 minutes and sat here in silence and just kind of said, okay, hey, that was my experience then, and I'm done with that experience. I'm off to go and experience something new. So I can stop feeling this way. Just giving myself permission to stop feeling meh, not feeling 100%. And so at this point, I'm just enjoying it again, enjoying the fact that on a Wednesday afternoon, when normally I would have been
probably at the treadmill desk, walking, reading another article for research purposes. I'm out here driving in the middle of America. Like, that's pretty freaking cool.
What was that? You want to know what makes me a very, very, very happy kid when I get to a hotel? When the hotel you're staying in upgrades your room for no good reason. So like I'm out here in this like little teeny tiny corner all by myself. Like there's no rooms around me because like I'm tucked in kind of next to the stairwell, which I guess was kind of a bad thing, kind of a good thing. But because it's not in the center of the property, it's all the way at the edge, I'm not expecting any noise from it. And secondarily, when the network next door, it gives me these kinds of speed. Yes, I have a 3811 connection, 3810 and a quarter. It was showing a lot higher than that in the initial upload starts, but holy crap, I have a real internet connection. Happy Cade. I have to apologize that I've kind of been off the grid for a couple of hours, and that's because I've been catching up on stuff. So I had a couple closed captionings that I needed to do. I had a bunch of emails that I needed to respond to, so I did that. Like, not work stuff, but like personal stuff. And then just kind of chilled out and relaxed and watched, like, I don't know, probably a half dozen, maybe, I don't know, 9 or 10 YouTube videos. So was able to get all that stuff done, which frees me up for tomorrow, which is a huge reason why I kind of sacrificed today in order to get tomorrow to be awesome. I found a couple of things that I really want to do. I tried to call for reservations for both of them. They are closed at this point, so I'm going to try and do walk-up status for those. I'm not thinking it's going to be a problem because it's going to be a Thursday afternoon or Thursday day, midday when I try and do them both, so it shouldn't be a problem. That stated, it's going to be exciting if I can pull this off. So, yeah, I've got one more thing that I need to finish. I'm going to put on some socks and some shoes, and then I'm going to head on out for some dinner. And, yeah, I'm not entirely sure where I'm going quite yet. Well, that was a fun meal over at Champs, and I probably should have had a second helping, but was what it was, and quite frankly I had way too much fun just kind of joking around with Ada over the course of the rest of the night. So at this point I have to say, you never stumble upon opportunity by standing still, so go do cool stuff, and bye for now.